All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Soon said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all already know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. You feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. The link right down there in the video description is in the chat. Click it. You get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Soon Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check out the catalog, get you something, get a discount, shop and save, save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, Seti University, over 2,000 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love, from the general old classic Seti, new classic Seti. We got it all. No greater catalog of that fire spitting general than on Seti University, generalseti.com. Plus, we got the grandmaster teachers, hand-picked documentaries and lectures. There is no other website that can compete or compare on the planet. Join today, family. And everybody knows Seti popping on Patreon, dropping nuclear bombs on Patreon. We got some fire tonight. I want you to get over there. I want you to get it. We got to talk. And it's too raw for YouTube. So, of course, we taking it to Patreon. We got over 500 exclusive live streams. You want that. You want access to that because it's on another level. We coming on the lecture platform, visuals, off the chain. And, and so I know that's what you want. Come and eat, family, is waiting on you. Okay, and I'm on Rumble. We on Rumble now, and we ready to disrupt class on Rumble. We're going on the Western, European platform, political, and we coming in there to disrupt. We got to disrupt and let them know we invading the house. They want to invade our shit. We gonna invade theirs, and so buckle in and become a member, subscriber on King Seti Rumble, link right in the video description. Don't even hesitate. Join today. All the family out there, donate to the general. I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family would like to donate to this hard-working general, the link right there in the video description. It's in the chat. Click it, donate. I thank you. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Soon Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. And so we talking about why we don't hear nothing from J. Cole. That motherfucker done tapped all the way out. That motherfucker don't want no smoke because he seen what was coming. And he did a smart thing. He did a smart thing for they probably had some verses on his ass. Straight up. Like, look here. I believe it. I'm thinking, I'm looking at Kendrick and I say this motherfucker strategic. He mapped this shit out. And probably has some shit on J. Cole. And he say, look here. Nah. This shit really about this nigga. I ain't gonna even say nigga because he ain't even that. You see, and so it's a wigger. You see, this about this wigger. But now look, if you want some smoke, we got it for you. I got a line up for your ass too. And that motherfucker came out on at the concert and said, I don't want no smoke with Kendrick. I love that guy. And all that motherfucker went straight to Brother Love. He changed that motherfucker. J. Cole turned into Brother Love on the motherfucking stage that night. He don't want no smoke. The motherfucker got a career, got a couple dollars. Shit, he ain't trying to fuck his bag up fucking around. with a guy he can't really fuck with. You know, you feel what I'm saying? Now he say, look, now this is what this motherfucker is doing. Now, if you want me to tie your motherfucking neck to this shit, I can. I'll tie you right on to this shit. And you know, I'll throw both of you motherfuckers over the boat. And so J. Cole tapped out. But you know what? And at the same time, you know, it's still hypocrisy in the game. There's a lot of hypocrisy in the game. We'll talk about it as we move forward. But yeah, it's a whole lot of motherfucking off-brand motherfuckers that got, you know, they got status in this game that they should not have. They should not have this kind of status. They didn't, along with the record execs, they didn't stole the soul of hip hop, you know, and they got the face, you know, everybody won't talk about J. Cole and everybody won't talk about Drake and Eminem. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Real talk. I don't give a fuck about none of that. That all, you know, it's all right. It's all right. You know, motherfucker spit a verse here, there, and yeah, but you're not the face of this game. You feel me? You should, y'all motherfuckers need to take that alternative shit and go on about your business. Y'all the new PM Dons, y'all the new Kid and Plays and Fresh Prince and shit. And even though, you know, they was still, they was brothers and shit, but at the same time, they was using these motherfuckers to cross this game over and you know, because they really wasn't no lyricists for real. You know, they really, when they started making that suburban rap shit, you know, where any and everybody can put an ABC rhyme together. You know, they tried to elevate suburban motherfuckers to change the direction of hip hop, where you got these lyrical geniuses and shit. You got these lyrical beasts out there that these motherfuckers can't fuck with. They can't fuck with them at all. Let's just stop it. You know, let's stop it. You know, the bar today is far lower than it's ever been in hip hop. You know, it's far lower, where any and everybody, it don't matter, a motherfucker from any race can come in and they didn't took it to their own nation and created their own genres and shit, you know, within their own nation. They done stole our shit. And see, the thing is, hip hop is the only motherfucking music where they allow motherfuckers to take it and do whatever. They change the whole dynamics to the shit, you know. J. Cole, all right. He all right. You know what I'm saying? He all right. He all right. He got a track or two there. You know, he got a track or two. He got some songs and shit, you know. He got some songs and shit. You know, a lot of times you can have good production and shit, and he got a good production team. And so I'm not, you know, but at the same time, we got to look at this shit. We got to look at this shit. And I'm going to tell you why, you know, I don't rank them. I would never rank, even J. Cole, I would not rank him nowhere. And I'm going to tell you why. And this is my personal opinion. Because again, and that's why I stick to the art form. R&B is R&B. You got to sing a certain way. You can't go in R&B and sing country, okay? Because that's not R&B, okay? You can't go in there if it's a R&B genre. You can't go in there singing like you at the motherfucking opera, okay? So it's rules to each music that qualify you to say this is what it is. Now, I saw hip hop from the very beginning. And hip hop, even though it had its dance aspect, it was motherfuckers making songs for the break dancing and shit, but it was a break dancing, so it still was connected to the culture. Them early songs, it was, you had the Sugar Hill Gangs and shit, but after that, they started making shit for the breaking, the break dances, so it still was connected to the culture. They wasn't just making it for a motherfucker to go out there and do anything. And so, but hip hop had a lot of social, the foundation of it was social, where they spoke to the dynamics of the streets, what was going on in our community. And so that was one of the major components of hip hop. Okay, along, again, but we didn't allow the break dancing to take over, the conscious aspect of hip hop. So they both could intertwine. But when push came to shove, hip hop spoke up for, the dynamics of what was going on in the streets. Okay, what was going on in our community. You had, and to the point where when it crystallized and it reached its pinnacle, it was consciousness. Okay, it wasn't nothing else. It was consciousness. It was an era where, the conscious rap was the premier, and it was the pinnacle. When you start talking about under, what era the greatest lyricists came, and even if they wasn't a part of the consciousness per se, they would say something. You would still say, see them wear the medallions, the African medallions, the X. They still was in the fold of the consciousness, and so that's, for me, was the pinnacle. That show you what it was created for. It wasn't meant for motherfuckers to rape it out of its context. You see. It wasn't meant to rape it out of its kind. You don't see them do no other fucking music like that. Okay? Where they take that shit out of its context. Only hip hop. Oh, where it's meant for everybody. No. It wasn't. And so when you start taking a J. Cole, okay, let me put J. Cole in there. His mama is white. Okay? That means, of course, your socialism, your socialism is only gonna go so far. You not no Khalid Abdul Muhammad conscious. You a type of motherfucker that could go out there in the pride, then y'all march together, and any groups and shit. You'll go out there with the pride movement. You'll go out there with, it's just a whole bunch of races out there. See, you can't speak only to the black consciousness. You can't speak, you see, only for that, because you got a side of you that you got to appease, you have. You ain't all, you have. So when you say some shit, you gonna say it in respect of your other half. I don't give a fuck about your other half. I don't give a fuck. Straight up, we're going to say whatever the fuck need to be said and fuck your feelings. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that. So he should not have no face of this, but only in a purged hip hop. This shit ain't even hip hop, because you motherfuckers ain't even lyricists for real. Y'all motherfuckers ain't lyricists for real. Y'all motherfuckers saying the same shit. I'm just saying, and I'm, now, there's some young motherfuckers out there that's nasty. Don't get me wrong. It's still some MCs out there that's nasty. So again, the culture exists, but it's a lot of it that's on the underground, and so they killed certain elements of the culture, such as the DJs. You see, the DJs, they didn't bought these motherfuckers out. They commercialized. Back in the day when I was coming up, a lot of shit, you couldn't hear it on the radio. So you was waiting on one of them DJs to come with that mixtape. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we was getting. We was getting the mixtapes. And that, you know, that's how you heard shit from all over the country. Other than that, you wouldn't even know that shit exists. So, you know, I know in Detroit, you know, when we had the African, you know, the African festival, world festivals, and that was one of the biggest African festivals in the country. You know, and I mean, motherfuckers would come from all over the country, all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And so I know a lot of DJs was coming to these festivals and shit. And I was waiting and shit. I was, you know, I was buying all type of mixtapes, and that's how you heard other shit, you know, out there, underground that was popping. You know, they would put it on the mixtape. Now, without the DJs really, you know, like, you know, and I'm quite sure it's probably some that's out there that may be still doing that, but it ain't like it used to be. It's not like it used to be. You don't see these young cats today, and I'm not taking nothing from them because it ain't been there in a long time. So if it ain't been there, they wouldn't even know that it's laying like that. But I'm quite sure if they could get a motherfucking a mixtape with some hot underground shit that they know bumping, they'll buy that shit, you know? But the DJs, underground DJs, don't exist like that no more. So they killed that element. They bought the DJs out, and so they could pay these motherfuckers to play 10 songs damn near all day. You know, no underground shit. And it's maybe some areas in the country where you could get, some DJs that might can play 1 or 2 songs from some underground, you know, back again. I'm just saying, back in the day, you in Detroit, I know we had this one guy, this motherfucker named Billy T. His name DJ Billy T. Now this motherfucker would come on Friday. He would come on about 11 o'clock, and this motherfucker stay on until like 6 in the morning the next day. It might have been a little earlier, maybe 5. This motherfucker wouldn't have damn near no commercials. And he would play every motherfucking thing. I'm like, God damn, you know, motherfuckers be up, you know, that's back when motherfuckers used to have cassettes and shit. Motherfucker put that cassette in and motherfucking just let that motherfucker record. You know what I'm saying? You get all the songs and shit. You know, and they playing all type of shit that they ain't gonna play on the radio. They're not gonna play on. So when that was out, you could hear motherfuckers from the underground. They didn't kill that. You might get maybe some university DJs where you go on one of them university, one of them university radio stations where you could get some underground shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like that no more. And so they didn't curb all the aspects. They didn't destroyed all the aspects of the culture that could continue to breathe life into new MCs. You know what I'm saying? They didn't shut down the underground MCs that could be a threat because some of them cats is still about lyrics. They still about a consciousness. You feel what I'm saying? They don't fit in that dynamic. And if too many people hear enough motherfuckers that's nasty on the mic, they gonna lead these motherfuckers up here on the commercial radio station. And they gonna go fuck with these underground cats. They gonna quit spending that dollar on the stream and on this and on that. They gonna quit that shit. And they gonna they would go back to fuck that, man. Where that guy at with them mixtapes? Let me get me one of them fucking mixtapes. Fuck this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? They didn't kill that dynamic, you know? And so, again, that's why you can't let nobody, because the hip-hop game supposed to speak to what's going on in the black community and the black community only. I believe that. I don't believe that's just like gospel. They don't sing for goddamn Allah. They don't sing for Allah. You don't hear no gospel singers sing for Allah. Okay, they don't do that. Okay, they don't sing for no other gods or nothing. So gospel is strictly about Jesus. That's what they sing about. And you're not going to get nobody to allow you to come into gospel and sing about no other God and think they're going to call it gospel. That's some new shit. Y'all motherfuckers then stole the apparatus and y'all then injected some shit into it that's not original to the art form. Jazz, you know what all the instruments, the horns, the sax, the trumpet. You got to come with some horn. You got to have some horn, some piano. You see, you got Thelonious Monk, you got Miles Davis, you got Dizzy Gillespie, Coltrane. You got all them cats. Either they own, but the instruments in jazz. Okay. They not gonna let you come in there, motherfucker, with no 808 drum machine and shit. And today they might on some old commercialized shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't let you change the dynamics of it. And so, they didn't kill every fucking art form. And if you listen to what I'm telling you, they didn't kill. If black people would realize how many treasure chests they would have if the music alone, period. Motherfuckers can say what they want about blacks right here in America. No other people on the planet have so many treasure chests of music than blacks in America, period. Everybody else got one music. That's it. Motherfucker might got an off-brand second music, but that's all they got. They don't have, as many genres of music where we perform on a level of just excellence where it causes motherfuckers from all over the world to want to buy our music, period. I mean, I lose count of how many fucking genres that black people then created that they no longer have because people have come in and stole the shit. You see what I'm saying? From us. Now, again, even when we talk about jazz, which is one of those, highly creative, because we talking about instruments. They didn't want black people to be, on all them different goddamn instruments. My grandfather used to listen to jazz, and so that's how I got hip to jazz. And I like the way, where they give each instrument a time to do their thing. Because they might be jamming for about an hour. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody get it. And so you hearing about, 6 solos. You get the horn, you get the trumpet, you get the sax, you get the motherfucker on the xylophone, motherfucker on the piano, motherfuckers on the bass. Motherfucker on all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They get a time. So when you see black people, on all these different instruments, they took that shit out the goddamn school. When I was coming up, you could, play instruments. If you wanted to, you could go join the, I forget what they call it. It wasn't a glee club, but you played the instruments. You see what I'm saying? You could, and I remember I tried to play the trumpet. I didn't stay. My mind was all over the place, so I didn't stay with it, but I tried to play the trumpet. It was there for me. The instruments was there. You don't even holler, and I was in elementary school. You don't see that shit like that no more. Some places, but not for real, because, they wanted this, and that was their way of stealing that. Now today, you got one motherfucker on the horn and the rest of the shit is synthetic. The rest of the shit is synthetic. You got one motherfucker on, he played the horn and the rest of the sounds is motherfucking synthetic. They didn't, you don't have those type of, jam sessions. And so they took that, and then the blues, then you got soul, then you had Parliament. You had so many goddamn different genres. You had the R&B, then you had disco, then you had this, and all of them have superstars that were world fucking renowned. Every last one of them had, superstars that were world renowned. We don't own none of that. We don't own none of that. And so this is why we say what the fuck we say, because they end up with all the masters. They end up with all the catalogs. They own your ass. And you know, a lot of our peoples, when they put their music together, they put their soul in that. It's like a motherfucking genie in a lamp where they done took our soul and they done trapped it in the damn lamp and put the top on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And put it remind me of that movie Krampus and shit, that new movie where he had motherfuckers, you know, them little snow, you know, them little balls and shit, you know, them crystal balls where you shake it and you see the snow in it and shit. And he had put families and shit down through the ages inside the ball and shit. And they didn't even know they was in it. They thought that, you know, they was looking out the window and they thought that they say, damn, it looked gloomy and shit. They didn't know they was trapped inside of the motherfucking snowball and shit. But at the end of the movie, that's what he was doing. And he had so many up on the shelf where he didn't trap a motherfucker inside of these motherfucking snow globe. That's right, the snow globe. And he had trapped them motherfuckers inside the snow globe. And they didn't even realize that they was in the motherfucker. Okay? And so that's what they've done with a lot of our music. And so I know I stick to the formula. You know, when you look at our young men and young women out here that's misled and shit in the streets, you had the music that was trying to tell them something. And at that time, consciousness was what was in. You have me, and so you know they wouldn't just turn their head to that. They were like, "Oh shit, okay, motherfucker is talking about some black history, some black empowerment." You didn't have no other apparatus like that was doing that, and it was in. That's what I'm telling you. It was in. Today, if a motherfucker come out on some kind, motherfuckers will laugh at the shit. You know, unless it's a super supreme. And even then, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to get the marketing that's going to get you, you know, the type of sales that a PE or an X-Clan or any of or a Rakim back in the day would have got. You see what I'm saying? So at a time when the consciousness was hip and it was in to be conscious, you know, that the music was speaking to an element of our community to help reach them and teach them and give them alternative to what these niggas out in the street was offering them as far as, you know, the drugs and shit. And you don't got that now. These motherfuckers encouraging motherfuckers to sell and shit. And ain't no other voice out there for real that's telling the motherfucker to do other than that. And so again, that's what it's for. It's not for everybody. Fuck y'all. Go do what y'all do. You see what I'm saying? And I brought this up the other day that, you know, Drake being Jewish, his mother being Jewish, you don't even hear about their culture. They don't let no motherfucker come into the Jewish culture and do what they do in hip hop. They won't even let your ass in. You don't even really see him share that side of his life with the world. You know, I seen a couple of snips here and there, but yeah, they don't even let motherfuckers in fuck with their culture at all. You see, that shit is intact, and any motherfucker trying to fuck with it, they crush down on your ass quick. You say anything about how they operate, you could just say something, and they gonna move in on your ass to crush you and bring you to your knees. That's what they do. Why we don't do the same thing? I don't know. We some, you know, but that's when motherfuckers is at the bottom and they don't have morals, they don't have culture, they don't have understanding of their divinity, who they are. They'll do anything. They just like little, you know, motherfucker, you know, that you crumbs on the table, and you see motherfuckers out there wagging their tails, waiting on a motherfucker to throw a crumb out there. You see, that's how they got this motherfucking system out here right now. And so, yeah, it's a serious situation. It's more serious than motherfuckers think, you know. and we'll see where this shit is going. And like I say, it ain't over because Kendrick, Drake ain't shit. He ain't nobody. But them record execs and all of that, Kendrick gonna have to watch himself. He gonna have to watch himself. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to watch himself because the shit just beginning. And so if he gonna be strategic, he got to know to look past Drake. Drake is nobody. Who's the puppet master? You see, who's the puppet master behind the scenes? The hand, the unseen hand. That's what he need to not be focusing on. And you strike, and you didn't damage him. He ain't. And now, it would be good for him to lay back. You know what I'm saying? And watch. You see, you done struck blood. That motherfucker is that was a fatal strike. He done for. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have, if he can heal up, he not gonna be the same. He's been damaged, and so you can let him go on and limp to the side, but lay back now. You see, let these other motherfuckers talk. Let motherfuckers talk. Let them chatter, because now it's time to listen and see, who opening their mouth and don't respond. You let motherfuckers talk. Let motherfuckers see what motherfuckers is coming with. You see what I'm saying? And then, as and strategizing behind the scene. Be strategizing behind the scene. Let motherfuckers, because they gonna want you to go crazy. They gonna want you to, and that now it's not that time. It's not that time. You done struck and you done did very, you done a fatality on this man. You didn't have a fatality on this man. And you say K-Dot reached out to his brother Cole and told him that. Yeah, well, whatever he did, that motherfucker J. Cole agreed, and he backed right the fuck on out. He backed right the fuck on out. And so, family, stay tuned, and and the motherfucking saga continues. Hit some of them links up. Support the general. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Power.